I'm Thomas, the lead industry consultant here at Similarweb, and my focus is on helping companies on their marketing strategy. And two topics that came up quite a lot this year were actually building versus buying a website and domain authority, which closely relates to the first topic. As one of the reasons you would buy a website and not build one is actually to enter a market really quick and make the transition to getting the domain and especially topic authority a lot quicker, and not wait for build your own links and actually Google to recognize your domain as an authoritative one. Let's use health and fitness as an example, and let's look at it from the perspective of Peloton, who's trying to enter a new market and expand its product line. Peloton has experienced tremendous growth in 2020. So what they're doing now is actually expanding their offering with additional app and additional exercises to do at home. So this is a perfect example of a company that needs to move fast to expand its offering, as we don't know how long will it take for COVID vaccines to actually work, and then the whole impact of lockdowns will be a lot lower and people will be less likely to buy the products. So using Peloton as an example, we're going to assume they're trying to move into the third most important pillar of their offering, and it should be diet, because they're already covering exercise equipment, workout plans, and dieting is really one thing they don't have really right now. So the first thing what we need to do is understand the industry of health, diet plans, and nutrition. And it's very simple to do if you actually create a keyword group and then look at leaders in the category and where the category is going in terms of traffic. So what we see in this graph is actual keyword traffic trend. And we can understand who are the top players in this category are and what kind of websites are they. Just from this graph, we can already understand that we need high domain authority to compete in this category, and it's not easy market to enter. And Peloton is not even competing in this category. So for it to actually enter this market, it will be very difficult to overtake companies like Healthline or WebMD. So what we need to do as Peloton is actually to create a more specific keyword group and then look at niche players that we can potentially acquire and enter this market a lot smoother and faster. In this graph, we can see traffic to a more specific keyword group, which is focused around diet plans. And now we're also looking only at niche players, so smaller players in this category. And potentially this is the best way to find actual website that you can potentially acquire, because they will be smaller and they will be more niche. So they will be cheaper and easier to get a better deal on. So this is how we enter the first stage of identification of the websites. And for the next stage, it's best to look at marketing channels for those companies. And this is a great way to differentiate companies that focus on paid search and paid acquisition, which are probably not the best ones to invest in if you're trying to get into the market quick and getting something that is already having a high domain authority and topical authority in that subject. And then looking at other ones that are focusing on organic traffic that has a lot of non-branded or organic traffic based on content that you are trying to purchase. And this is the way to differentiate those two and find the best websites to invest in. And from this graph, we can already see that Nutrisystems, even though it is quite a good fit, it's focusing mostly on paid channels and not a great website to actually buy. And on the other hand, we have Everyday Health, which is actually driving most of the traffic through organic channels. So this is exactly what we're searching for, is content heavy, very high topical authority in the industry heavy websites. So this is probably going to be the website you would go for if you're trying to acquire something and enter the market very quick. The problem is that a lot of people focus on just SEO traffic, but actually not qualifying that traffic enough. So this is why in the next stage, I would definitely look at non-branded organic traffic. And this is something we can look at the next graph with Similarweb. Is actually the percentage of traffic compared to the competition that is coming from non-branding keywords. And here again, we see Everyday Health actually winning this category. So one more time reinforcing our focus on this website, and potentially this can be the best website to purchase. So once you went through all the main steps of identifying the right players in the niche, understanding that they have the right marketing channels that actually fit your purpose of acquiring company for SEO success, then you want to go and estimate the potential value that you're getting from that investment. And what you want to do is actually estimate then SEO organic traffic volume. To do that, you can see from this graph that it's not that complicated. You can look at the top non-branded keywords and you can collect all of the traffic for every single keyword and then use average CPC for that keyword to understand how much value that organic traffic has. And this is what we're going to do for this case. So Peloton can acquire 10.8 million in organic traffic value by purchasing Everyday Health. So today we looked at three main parts of buying versus building websites and domain authority is, first of all, understand the niche that you're trying to get into. Understand how important the domain and topical authority is there. Then identify the top players in the industry and understand how good the performance they have. And the last step was evaluate them on main metrics of marketing channels, fit for your purpose, and estimate the potential value they're getting from that organic traffic addition to your website and to your business. I hope you enjoyed this video on analyzing domain authority, topical authority, and potentially buying websites for SEO purposes. And if you want to dig a bit deeper, please check out my next video on analyzing subdomains on websites. It's when you're actually going to websites and digging deeper into where this traffic going to. Is it most of it going to the blog post or product page or anything, which gives you an additional information on their performance.